Hi, I'm Kelley Morrow. I'm a consultant here in California, and I've used IPM for quite a few years. Some of the uses I've used it for a lot is predicting and looking at treatment timings for orchard crops, especially for worm pests. And there's a lot of degree day models or computer models that help us. In any given year, these pests can start hatching from, say, an oriental fruit moth the hatch could start in mid-May to maybe the first week in June. So there might be a 3-week difference from one year to the next. So by using the degree day models, I can zero in on the best time to get a spray started if we need to treat. And in many cases, there's quite a few acres to cover. And so a grower needs to know, because it's going to take him a week to cover everything that he might need to spray. And so we'll time that down, and then around that spray, he can work out when is he going to have his crew in there so he can get them in before or irrigate before, so he can work out all the field preparation and irrigations that need to be taking place around that spray. And another thing that insect trapping helps with also, and the degree day models, is I can see if this moth flight is compact or stretched out. Is it going for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, where maybe one spray, because we've got these newer materials that are a lot safer and they don't kill all the beneficials off. And so in targeting the spray, we're targeting maybe 2 weeks out of a hatch. But if this hatch has been extended, or it's overlapped, 2 of them, and maybe there's a whole month worth where they're going to be hatching out, we might need to what we call bracket the sprays, but put one on at the beginning of when the peak came and one on towards the end, so we don't end up getting worms in the fruit. Because I believe in the past, a lot of times you put on a spray and say, oh, this IPM, this model isn't working. We put it on when it said, and we still got worms. Well, if you looked at where the peak was, that it was extended and it was too stretched out, and if it just needed an extra treatment, or in those cases too, where a population starts to get so big, then that's when mating disruption comes in really handy, and it lowers the population. And in many cases, after a few years, or even by the first year, we can reduce the sprays and just monitor with the traps, and also looking for any of the bugs in the field. And the models also help with the scouting. So we don't. There's a lot of things to look for when you're out in the field for insects and diseases, and so if I can really zero in on what week do I really need to start looking close for a pest, what weeks do I really need to be extra vigilant, then I can prioritize my timing of when I'm looking at things. Another thing that following the flights of a lot of these pests, you can see if there's growers in the whole county or a couple counties, are most of them, is this hatch coming, and did they all start to have their flight started at a specific time? Which fields are earlier, which fields are later, and you can separate out the early and the late ones, and that's also helpful. If they need treatments, you can prioritize those that need to go early and those that can go a little bit later, so you don't end up having damage. I've been using IPM for so many years that I don't know what I'd do if I wasn't using it. It's like the main tool I go to every day in my work. It's been extremely beneficial for me.